Welcome back to the official GeekSpeak podcast. Josh and I did kind of match by accident, but that is okay today. I'm your host, Sean, and joining as always is my Josh. Yep, that's what I wrote here by accident.
I'm his
Uh,
Josh.
ooh, this is my Josh, Secrets Haver, Rudy Rudolph. This is the podcast where we watch movies, make movies, play games, and more. What else can you ask for? And Josh, do you have secrets like in the drama?
Most likely I do have secrets, but my memory is so terrible I probably don't remember it. That's why I kept
He
forgetting.
does forget my secrets, so I can just tell him things.
Which is great. It's great for him. His fiance kept trying to get the information when he was planning to propose at me. I kept forgetting. He told me many times. And it's not that I didn't care. I just forgot.
So yes, we are back with the episodes again. As we got recorded 2 weeks ago about Project Hal Murray, which was a fun movie. And now we have a double movie time here today, Josh.
Ooh.
A double movie time.
2 for the price of 1?
Yeah, the price is just free. You guys get it for free.
Damn it.
But hold on, you can still support us because you can. If the more you listen to, the more we make more things.
Please give us money. We're poor.
Whoa, hey now, I didn't ask you for money today.
You just did.
Nah. This is me lying. So, Josh, we watched a DCOM today called Get a Clue. We'll have a brief talk about that and then get into our news today, followed by Mario Galaxy and the drama. I think I'll have more to say about the drama, but we probably will talk more about Mario Galaxy in general because I think I just like the drama more. So that's why we're having more talk about it.
Why do you think you? I know you like the drama more because it's a good movie.
Damn, he's already insulting another one. Let's get into the topic today of Get a McFreaking Clue. Josh, I watched this today and I felt nothing for an hour and a half.
I watched this a month ago and I barely remember a damn thing from it, but I was not planning on rewatching it.
So he's like, let's go in here as blind as possible and see how we do. So that's my fault, but also every time I tried to watch this movie, things literally kept coming up. I'm like, fine, I'm gonna get early today and just watch it then. And I did that. So Josh, this movie is just boring. For those who are new to the podcast, we try and go through every Disney Channel original movie and then see if they're worth their merit. How did Disney do? Did they phone it in? Is this a good content for children to watch? That kind of thing. And how did the content evolve over the 20-year span of them being existing? We're in the year 2002, I think, at this point, this movie, 2002, 2003, something like that. And no one's bad in it necessarily. Just like there's nothing interesting for anyone to do.
It's just that for the talent on screen, especially, this is very much below their capabilities. Because like Lindsay Lohan, just not too long before this, did Freaky Friday was like 2 years after this. It was Parent Trap. So like, yeah, she's already did some pretty big things. And then Brenda Song also, I think Zack and Cody was a couple of years out from this, but like even still, like I know for a fact she's a lot better than what this material was. It's just
because we just saw her in the Christmas Present movie a few years ago, the year before this.
Yeah, so
she's better than that. She also got shit on in that movie a lot.
It's so weird, but this is just a very generic kids movie, and as a like investigative like documents type movie, it's very bad at doing that stuff.
When it got to the final like hotel scene, and everyone's like, this person's here. Who I'm like, wait a minute, were they important? Oh, I guess they were meaningful.
They're trying to do what Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated would do several years. No, The Mystery Begins. What they would do several years later of trying to give you fake outs of like the people that might have done it, and it's not the super obvious person that clearly did it. I hate that. It's very lazy.
I wish he was dead, like for real. That would have been really funny. If I legit one of those we think, because I didn't know Disney has done mildly darker stuff for these kind of artists sometimes already. Like we can see dead people in this movie. That happens in these movies already. So why not just have the teacher be dead? Oh, for those who have not seen this before, this is a movie about a mystery where a teacher seemingly disappears or dies or whatever, and then find out later on he's an embezzler, but actually he's not. He was framed, but actually his grandma did it, but not really. She just found a brooch, so it's a whole thing.
When you said that, I was hoping she was dead. I wasn't thinking of the teacher. I thought you were referencing Lindsay Lohan. I was real confused of why you were.
I wanted him to be dead. I wanted the teacher to actually be dead, not just missing. This is like if Grunkle Stan actually didn't do this stuff,
and he was even worse at it somehow.
I like this movie ends with a wedding. That's kind of cute. You wouldn't go into thinking that was going to happen.
I mean, yeah, like elements like that are interesting in terms of like being different, but Why was this chasing the early 2000s trend of like spies are cool? Because like her younger sister is like a tech wizard and gives him a bunch of spy gadgets, but apparently they're spy gadgets you could buy at the store.
The score in the scene where she's solving the mystery, the invisible ink, whatever, is so funny. It's like beep boop boop bop bop, beep boop boop bop bop.
Yeah.
That's the music for it. Cracked me up. It was not intentionally funny.
Was this the same year as Spy Kids, or was this like the year after?
What's that movie with Twilight girl Chasers? Is it Kid Chaser? That's not what it's called.
Okay, Spy Kids was 2001, so that was the year prior. Let me look up Kristen Stewart. Is it Catch That Kid?
That's probably that.
She was in the
Yeah.
13th
You
year?
watch it.
Hold on. Kristen
Yeah.
Stewart was in the 13th year as Girl in Fountain Line.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, yeah, the spy movie was Catch That Kid. It was...
Oh my god. Hold on. I had a picture of her in 13th year. Ready for it?
Please, I need to see it.
That's it.
Man, it's so crystal clear. You could
That's all she
tell.
is. Catch That Kid. You watched that before?
I vaguely have a recollection of watching this on like Disney Channel or something.
That was 04, like the next year after this, I think. So
Yeah, so this was still chasing the like spy trend. Corbin Blue?
you can Catch That Kid, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm old. This was a year before. Was it a year before? No, 2 years before High School Musical.
2 years, yeah. So Get a Clue is 2002. Why is this cast like decent? Why is Ian Gomez in this?
Great question.
He's in like Big Fat Greek Wedding. He's been in he's been in a lot of things actually I've heard of.
I got a feeling that like maybe this was originally supposed to go into theaters, but then like for one reason or another they decided to change their mind and just made it a DCOM. Because it's not like that this doesn't have money behind it, but it feels cheaper.
I love that the random guy, homeless black guy who happened to have a jacket who was similar to our teachers, actually ended up being the red jacket, and he was just happened to be, I am a council member, seeing how homelessness is. Okay.
The chances of the teacher giving a homeless man like his specific jacket and that being the only jacket in all of New York City and they keep constantly running into this homeless guy is insane. Have you gone to New York City lately? It's a little bit big. There's a lot of people there.
The fact that that happens to be the guy you see him in a hotel later on also who happens to be a not even a real homeless guy person just saying it's bad for them out there. I'm like, yeah.
Like I can't as far as like running gags go, I guess I could see the idea of it, but it's not a joke and like it's not really a major plot point that's a thing that happens, so it's more confusing of its inclusion.
Man, I think this movie was not as good as it could have been.
It's really disappointing, and especially because I'm now apparently in my dad era where I find movies like All the President's Men to be really awesome and engaging, where it's just white dudes looking through boxes of documents. This could have been that, but for kids, and they failed, so it's a failure in my eyes.
Your dad era? You're a single man.
I
at
love
25 years old.
I love All the President's Men. I love Spotlight. I love Moneyball. I'm just in my dad era, apparently, where statistics and looking at documents is entertaining to me.
You're almost 26.
I know. I'm still technically in my quarter life crisis.
Wait, hold on. I can find that better.
Thank you. It's not like I could have done that in post myself.
I love Discord sounds. They're fun. Yeah. Like if you tell a good joke, I can do this. That's just fun. Anyway, Josh, this movie, I don't have a lot of thoughts on anymore. I watched it and I felt nothing for 2 hours and a half. I'll say this. The sequence where it's like, you know what? Actually, that diamond, I know the cut, I know the type, I know how many are left in the world, and the coloring of it, and I was worth $10 million. What?
Like, I
And the
get
cop's
she's
like,
rich
"Cool,
and
moving
she
on."
probably knows different things than normal people do. But at the same time, I'm like, your theme of just like, maybe poor people aren't so bad is a little bit weird.
Yeah, I think that the thing of like slumming it, like it's such a funny trope in movies where we have like the rich girl or guys like seeing how ugly they'll live is always weird.
Look at how those pories are living.
Well, it's a fish out of water trope, but it doesn't work when it's like you're just like a little bit classist.
And the problem is that she's not written in a way that like really shows that like, you know, her level of rich and not understanding how the rest of the world is a bad thing. It's just like, she just doesn't understand. She's just a kid. It's fine. Like, if you want the commentary to work, you have to make us not like the main character. And then to get us to like the main character, And you don't really do that.
And it's not like we have like Jasmine in the letter where she's yearning for a different life and to be free. It's not just that. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of like nothing is deep enough in this.
Like, I'll give Cadet Kelly this in retrospect of this. I feel like that where she was in the movie and where she ended up felt more of a meaningful journey, I guess, than this. Still
Sure.
is a little bit weird the way that they went about some of those things, but at least there was a clear arc. The arc here is just like, man, you're poor, but you ain't so bad, kid.
You got a scholarship? Oh well, I guess I'm glad you have that. I can wear those shoes now bowling. Also, bowling is not an affordable thing to do anymore. I went. We heard my fiance were looking at bowling the other day. It's like $100.
Where are you? What fancy ass bowling lanes are you going
It was
to?
not a fancy place. It was like you can do $40 an hour, and then it was like okay, then rent your shoes on top of it. And it's like, oh, isn't that stupid?
I went bowling like a couple months ago, but I do not remember how much it cost. But I think we also went on like a discount day.
Special offer, 48 for 4 people for 2 hours. It's a coupon. This is so important to the podcast right now. This is a bowling place in Los Angeles right now.
This is the way to know if the economy is doing great, is if bowling is priced fairly or not.
Genuinely, it's not an untrue thing. You could do buy now, pay later. Oh God,
that's a bad idea. That's bad. So for pay by the hour, regular bowling, it's $35. Pay by the game on weekdays, it's $6.25 per person, and then renting shoes is $5.
Starting at here, $47.99 per person. This package is an hour and a half of bowling, shoe rental, cheese pizza, French fries per person.
You get one pizza and one fry, singular.
Anyway, y'all, I miss bowling and putt-putt. I miss like doing actual like fun first date activity, like kind of stuff, but for cheap. It doesn't really exist as much anymore. You know what I mean?
Everything's expensive. The world is burning, and we're doing fine.
But my light on my microphone loops, and that's fun. There we go. I'm winning at life now. Moving on from this movie, I'm so sorry. We could have more to say, I guess, but he watched a month ago. I watched it today, and I'm already forgetting it. Like, it's not interesting.
Like, aside from Lindsay and Brenda, there's not much to this. So, yeah, I'll give it an A. It's been a while since I've given one of these an A, I feel like.
I like the comical villain-ish guy, I guess, a little bit. If he was more comically better, but, like, the fake detective person would have been more interesting. I like that she called someone's mustache, like, knobs on his face.
It was the actual detective, and like, yeah, he had like a handlebar mustache, and she was like, bro, you gotta shave that. And then he actually did, and he looked better.
Probably because it was a fake one at first for the scene, but yeah. Let's move on to our news today, Josh. HBO cast a cis actor in a trans role in The Last of Us Season 3. I was not aware of this or anything about the character or anything about that. Josh sent me this, and I figured out we should bring it up.
So, yes, for those that don't know, in The Last of Us Part 2, there is a character in this that is a transgender boy. And while people got all hot and bothered about it, and by people, I mean stupid people, were like, oh, hey, don't do that. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you idiots.
Wasn't the actor originally in Season 2 a non-binary actor?
The character had not shown up in season 2 yet, because of how the story is. But in season 3, that character will be there, and that character is being played by a cis female actor. And I can go into the details of the character. That gets kind of into spoiler territory. But in the game, the character Lev is played by, what is his name? Hold on.
Oh, Ian Alexander.
Yeah, Ian Alexander played him.
So that's what I read wrong.
Yeah.
Ian wanted to play the role in the live action.
That would have been cool, but I feel like that by now he's too old for the part, because the character is supposed to be like Ellie's age, like 14. So, and I mean, Ian still looks young, but I feel like he's a little bit older.
Isn't Ellie like 20 years old in second game?
In the second game, she's 20. So I meant Ian's character was Ellie's age from the first game, so 14. But yeah, so Ian is an actual transgender actor, and the documentary about the making of the game actually went into why they decided to put that character in there, which I thought was really fascinating. But, you know, talking about this is a little bit weird because we are both cis white men. This is a transgender male Asian character, so we don't have a lot of grounds to speak on this, but I just...
No, but it's nice to touch on, let the world know what's going on at least.
Yeah, and I think that it's important too because, you know, given the state of at least America, especially, they do not like transgender people, at least on the government levels.
News piece.
Yeah. So, and you could say we don't know the circumstances as to why they went with a cis actor. We don't know any of those details yet. You could probably say that they wanted to be safer and not put a giant target on an actor that is transgender, such a giant scale, because the game, they already got a lot of bad targeting.
No, but then cast someone cis in the correct way, I guess.
Yeah, or that should also...
You don't cast the before, you cast the after.
Yeah, or that just also speaks to why you should, cast an actual transgender actor, because like the state of the world is so bad. Why not give, someone that is transgender an actual platform for that? I don't know. I can't really say. This is...
Trans actors exist.
They exist. They are great. And I don't get why this happened. So I'm really curious to see if they're going to walk back on this.
The one thing about that, I guess, you said they're 14. You might not want to have... You might have more backlash because it's a young person doing it, I guess.
Well, again, that's the thing. Like, it's not like that this is a very simple thing. And again, I'm, not good at explaining this, but it's a very complex thing. And it's not like it's just brushed away in the game. Like, it is a very complicated matter in the game of how they go about it for this character. And I feel like it's necessary to shed light onto people and stories like this. And it just feels wrong to not have someone that actually is that playing the part.
I will move on though to our next piece. I'm gonna give us a nay because I don't know. I see yay or nay is a weird term for this. I'm gonna give us a nay that they cast the wrong person in my eyes.
I can excuse a lot of casting decisions and things that they've changed because I'm always someone that's open to changes of adaptations. This is not a good one. This is a bad one. I don't understand why they did this, and I really hope that they walk back this decision. This isn't anything against the actress that is playing it because she just auditioned for a part. It's more so on the creators and the writers of... Who knows? Bad. Don't like it. And
when you audition, you aren't always what you're auditioning for in a big thing like this, always.
Yeah.
You're just like told you're auditioning for a role. But let's talk about for a second, and the last time we'll ever do this, the new Harry Potter show. I want to address right now, we will not be addressing any of the Harry Potter news from here on out ever again. Maybe Harry Potter might come up like, hey, Lego set's out or something. I don't know. But the show, never again. And our only statement on this will be, trans lives are more important than Harry Potter, your fictional wizard world. If you already own the movies or books, it does not fund her if you keep enjoying those. If you have a tattoo on your body, it's already done. I don't judge you for having that kind of thing. If you are going to get a tattoo of Harry Potter now, I might judge you now. If you are someone who is at a Universal theme park and just happen to go to either rides or have butterbeer, I don't care. You're just at that theme park, is enjoying your day, and that stuff is already there. Why not enjoy it? However, if you are actively going to be watching this show and to grant support to this show, when the whole world knows how bad she is now, you do not stand with trans lives. And I'm speaking this on behalf of many of my trans friends who have talked about the same thing openly. They just don't have to be on the show right now. She is using these funds explicitly for, in her words, women's rights. But that's not what it's about. It's about, her fund is like women's biological sex rights. I'm going to look at the actual name of this fund. Women's sex-based rights is her name of her fund, which is just a red herring for what it actually is about. And it's been very explicit what she's using these funds for. So if you are okay with the forceful detransition, the legislation against trans people, and what essentially a trans genocide that is being worked on by this woman, then go ahead and support this. Otherwise, please do not. It's not worth it. It's also so similar.
I saw the trailer, and there is no reason to watch the show in any way, shape, or form because it's just the same damn thing. It's just going to be a little bit longer. And look, the kids being in this, they're kids. They probably don't know a lot about the world. The adult actors, we talked about this before, they should know better unless they're actively going to be using the platform that they are given from this show to openly speak out against her and everything, unless they're contractually held against it because she does not like, people doing that. She has openly sued people for that, especially in the UK.
Her golden trio.
Yeah, so who knows? They could just be contractually obligated to not speak against it or, get sued out of the ass. Whatever the reason, I don't know. I just think that unless they're going to be actively using their platform to speak against her, really shitty, guys. It's really shitty overall. I know John Lithgow has recently been talked about because they keep asking him about it, and rightfully so. And he keeps having to tiptoe around it. He's just like, I don't support her, but like the show, like the message of the show is more powerful.
He said it's been misconstrued what she said. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, it really hasn't. And again, this is probably just to cover his ass so he doesn't get sued out the ass for it. But like, I would not be surprised if, come season 2, whenever that gets started, if some of the big actors leave because they just can't take the publicity of it anymore. and which good, but at the same time, use your platform to speak out against her and like fight back against her. Use it to the transgender people's advantage and actually speak out for them in this circumstances, because this is a rare chance that you get to actually do that. Most likely, they're not going to, though.
I would take this role and explicitly you should, I say I will use at least this, 50% of my funds for this role to be supporting like the Trevor Project and stuff like that, and I show her to say you're doing this. I might be more supportive of that. Maybe,
Yeah.
but I wish someone to watch it. I'd be happy. Understand like the screw you, I guess.
Regardless, I'm not watching the show at all. We've said this many times. It looks soulless and just like the exact same damn thing. I do not give a shit. Nick Frost's Hagrid is really weird to me. It doesn't work. And
he also got thinner.
Yeah, the sets look nice. I'll give them that. But again, what is the fucking point of this except more money? There is none. That's all it is. Bad thing. Yeah. Fuck you, J.K. Rowling, and just fuck this whole show.
Never hear about the show again from us. That's the point.
Unless there's something absolutely dire and serious involving the show, which there probably won't be. We most likely will never be speaking about it again.
Yep. Josh, moving on to, we're getting a prequel movie for a movie you like.
Ooh.
But I don't think you'd like this prequel idea.
What is it?
Gladys, the weapons prequels moving forward.
Ooh. This is one that I don't know how to feel about, because I like the intrigue and the mystery.
The writer?
Yes. Who?
Zach Shields, who wrote Godzilla vs. Kong, is writing the script.
I thought that Zach Kreger was also writing it.
Was writing with him, yes.
Okay.
But that's the
as long as he's still involved.
Two Zachs.
As long as Kreger is still involved, then I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me that much, because he's working on the Resident Evil movie, so he can't fully focus on Gladys.
Zach Shields also did Krampus, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong, Fully Realized Humans, Samuel David, a few other things.
Okay. Yeah, Krampus is a lot of fun. I think that this could be very interesting depending on how they go about it, but then it could also, if it's not good, end up ruining a lot of the fun and mystery of the character. I do think, though, they left a little bit too much on the table as to everything about her, and I feel like that having this will help fill in some of the blanks.
I think the mystery, though, could be helpful, so I don't know. Yay? Question mark.
I'll give it a yay.
Question. Yay. Swapped trailer. We just watched the trailer like a few minutes ago. Whatever.
It looks cute. It looks harmless. I do like the design of like the creatures of the world, especially in like the second half of the trailer. Like that was fun. I can tell where the story's going to go. That doesn't really bother me. As long as there's just fun jokes and fun creature designs, then I'm down for it.
Freaky Friday Over the Hedge or something like that. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't really care. I think the animal designs are fun, like you said. I like that it's not just one of our own animals. It's just there's new things being involved. It's not just our world necessarily, which means we could have more surprises in this world we don't know about. Always interesting. I think Michael B. Jordan's voice acting is fine. Nothing to write home about.
It doesn't quite fit his character design.
No,
like
not at all.
I imagine someone with a more high-pitched voice, and Michael B. Jordan has a much deeper voice. But I mean, like he sounds fine in terms of like acting.
Sure, they probably cast him because of the swap. Because he sounds better for the bird part of it.
Probably.
Chipmunky thing. But I just want to have Michael B. Jordan just do an animated movie. And he's like, sure, let's do it. Sure, I'll give it. I'm actually gonna give it an A. I'm gonna be pessimistic. I'm sorry. I'm not grabbed by this movie at all.
I'll give it a yay. It looks cute, and one of the directors of Tangled made it, so I at least love Tangled. So we'll see how this is.
Hunger Games 6, aka Hunger Games -2. I'll be at the trailer for that one. You heard what I'm saying. You understand why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I get the math.
The Sunrise on the Reaping, the trailer for it, which it's colorful, it's both colorful and not colorful in right ways.
I really like
Wicked
that.
should have been.
Yeah.
It looks like everyone's skin, no matter what race they're just drained of color, not in a
like they're drained of life.
Like life, yeah, of substance in their body. And it's like, oh, creepy. I love his look. And the whole world is vibrant around them. That's really fun.
Yeah. I am very excited for this. I read the book when it came out last year. Really good. Really dark and graphic. I'm really curious how they're going to make some of this work in a PG-13 context. But I thought it was a very fascinating story. And the guy that they got to play young Haymitch, he's doing kind of a scarily good young Woody Harrelson impression. Like, I honestly kind of wasn't expecting that. And the rest of the cast, I'm also excited to see what they do. This is a really good one. If you haven't read the book, I highly recommend it.
We get 2 McKenna Graces.
We do. She plays twins.
Twins. Woo, crazy. You like Michael B. Jordan. Hey, auntie. We're doing that. Different movie. But we're gonna it's okay. Lindsay Lohan, we're tying in first DCOM. We got more twin stuff. I really liked this trailer overall. My thing is, I feel like every time we make more of these movies, it is like goes against the point of the games and the book series.
See, I don't think it does. If you read the books, she only writes these
Can
when
you read?
Can you read? No, but it very could have easily turned into just a big franchise of just like, oh, here's these games and these games, but they all have a specific point as to why they're done. I feel like that Songbirds, what was the last one? Why can't I remember
Snakes.
Name? Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Like that one was it was very good for the timing of it, of showing like how a totalitarian fascism regime can rise like that. And then this one is also very...
And how a guy can be red-pilled for a girl.
Sure. But this one is also very important for showing like why rebellions are important and why they need to happen and exist. And but also the dangers that come along with, rising up against fascism. And I think that it was a good one to tell. And I really hope that it resonates, especially in this current day and age.
I understand all that. I just think the idea of asking, we gotta see these person's games, it always misses the point. I'm very curious because I haven't read the book yet. I will probably read these books at some point. I remember as a kid hating the Mockingjay book, but I think as an adult reading it, I'd probably love it.
So I was also the same. I thought it was really boring. When I watched all of them before Songbirds and Snakes came out, I hadn't seen Mockingjay in like a decade. And when I watched it, I was like, oh shit, this is actually like really good. And it actually is very topical to a lot of what's happening in the current world, especially part 2 as well. So it
should have been one movie though.
Yes and no. I can see why they split it, but I think that it probably could have been better if they put it into one. But I think overall what they were doing really hits the nail in the head in ways that I don't think middle schoolers were able to understand.
Yeah, I didn't understand the fact that our narrator could be unreliable, and as a kid, I think, in their own thoughts, or not understand what their own emotions are yet. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. She's like 16.
That's what I love about how she wrote Songbirds and Snakes, because it's not first person, it's third person limited, but the way that it goes throughout it almost eventually turns into like the narrator is like the voice in his head, and it just progressively gets more crazy. It's very interesting how she wrote it. I really liked it.
This is a cool trailer. Paddington 4 news, Josh. We're getting Paddington 4.
Yes! Reasons to live! Yes!
And an animated film is also in the works.
Yes. We stay winning, boys. We stay winning.
I've only seen 1 and 2. I want to watch Paddington in Peru, but the Sally Hawkins loss of it all makes it hurt.
Emily Mortimer does a very good job filling the role of that Sally Hawkins leaves behind. I really enjoyed her performance.
I just read the word franchise as franchise. That's not the same word
franchise. At all. Does it say who's making the 4th one? Is it Paul King or is it
in the works right now?
Okay. I mean, the guy that made Paddington in Peru, he did a great job. I would love to see him back again. I would prefer Paul King because he was fantastic with the first 2 and Wonka.
There's chocolate. And there's chocolate.
Well, I think, is Paul King making Wonka 2?
Wonka 2, more Wonka.
Well, because I know they're developing the sequel right now.
Want to hear sad news?
Depends.
The Daniels.
Making
another movie. That's cool, right?
Yes, very.
Ryan Gosling has left their film.
I heard. I'm saddened. Because it wasn't like in the week span of time, like he signed on and then like a week later he had to leave it.
It could have been something came up recently. There are rumors that, of course, there are always rumors about superhero stuff, that he got something better with Marvel potentially.
Well, it could also be his Star Wars movie. They might just need him for reshoots, and he kind of can't say no to that because he's the lead of that.
But like I was saying, he's Johnny Blaze as Ghost Rider. I'm like, where's the evidence? Sure.
What evidence?
If we just want it to happen, okay, that's not evidence, buddy.
Starfire doesn't come out till May of next year, so it could realistically be that and just needing him for reshoots because he hasn't cut his hair yet. It's the exact same for the movie.
Do you like Ryan Gosling?
Oh, he's great. Loved him in pretty much everything I've seen. I just saw The Nice Guys again in theaters. Great. Love it. Beautiful movie.
Speaking of Michael B. Jordan earlier.
That's not Ryan Gosling.
According to the dumb internet memes, he could be in Black. You know what I'm talking about? Those really weird Black. Never mind. Oh god, have you seen the Ryan Gosling as like Barack Obama biopic jokes?
I think so. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but that sounds vaguely familiar.
And like him as unmatched as T'Challa as recast as jokes. Anyway, ignore that. Ryan Coogler is doing stuff.
Ooh, what things?
He's executive producing an Animorphs TV show at Disney Plus.
The stuff he chooses to produce is very funny to me because like after Black Panther, it was Space Jam 2 was like one of the first ones. I'm like, all right, cool, I guess.
I just want to talk to whoever makes the art for the Animorphs covers.
It's scary.
Like,
I haven't read those
terrifying.
books, but it's the prospect of turning into just a horse as a child just randomly. I don't like that. That's scary. Wait, Animorphs existed before. It was already a show in the 90s, late 90s, 98 to 2000. Is that fucking Shawn Ashmore?
Yeah.
Is this going to be a continuation or is it just another adaptation? Because it should be a continuation so we can get Shawn Ashmore back. This is not at all what I thought this was about. 5 teenagers and an alien with the ability to turn into any beast they touch versus an army of parasitic aliens who are slowly infiltrating Earth. Not at all what I thought this thing was about. I'm more interested now than I was before.
You don't know the story of Animorphs?
I just know it was kids turning into animals. That's all I knew about it.
That's to get you to want to read it, Josh. Is it working for you, apparently? Would the aliens have been more gripping for you?
These covers are so funny.
Do you want to see the picture of the full 5 group of the whole team?
I don't know. Will I be able to handle it?
One of these things is not like the other.
I wonder which one of them is the alien.
So I have never really read many of these. I had a few of them at home. I read like a few. I've read like bits and pieces of them, but I never actually read a full book, I think, because they're my older brothers at the time. But I don't know, man. Sure. Fuck it.
I've never read these before. I didn't really know they existed when I was a child, so I'll give it a yay because...
Are you more intrigued?
I'm more intrigued now that I looked up what it was about. So yes, I'm very curious to see what batshit insanity Coogler has in store for this.
Do you like other children's books being made into TV shows for streaming services?
Well, I still have yet to watch Percy Jackson. That's on the list, and I've heard good things about both seasons, but I just haven't watched it yet.
This is not related to that, though, but sure. We're getting a new live-action Lord of the Flies series for Netflix.
Ooh. Oh, right. I heard it's from the people that made Adolescence, right?
Yes, the co-creator, Jack Thorne.
Ooh, that could be very interesting.
For this one?
I know it came out, but I have not watched it yet.
But there it is. It looks like actually legitimate. I had not read the book before. It was like the schools didn't make you read it at this point anymore. They kind of stopped. So
it was one that like was on a list of books that I could choose to read from for like 7th or 8th grade English. I don't think I chose to read it, but it's a very interesting premise, and especially from the creator of Adolescence, with how well that show examined like adolescent boys and like what it's like to be them, especially in this day and age. I'm very curious to see what they bring in terms of that into this, to see if they touch on similar commentary or not. Yeah, I'm down for this.
Josh, but it's Marvel TV time and movie time.
I've watched Marvel stuff.
X-Men, woo!
Woo!
But Lee Sung-jin and Joanna Kahlo are writing the script for the new X-Men movie with Schreiber, not Lee Schreiber.
Jake something.
Jake? The guy who made Thunderbolts is making this movie, and the writers of Thunderbolts are writing this movie. So cool. Josh, what are your thoughts?
I'm down for this. I love Thunderbolts. I thought that was great, and I like that it's a same creative team. I'm very curious to see what they do with it. Well, again, all we know is they're making X-Men. That's as far as we know.
I do like that. It's very clearly to me. I think every rumor we've gotten so far, everything we've heard is not the Fox stuff anymore. We're moving past it. With fresh everything, seems like
the characters or the actors, because
actors.
Okay, good. Yes, that I'm fine with, because if you were talking about the characters, I'm like, that'd be real fucking weird to not have Professor X, Jean, Cyclops.
Well, it'd be hard to avoid every character they used.
I mean, yeah, they've used a
Vanisher,
lot.
Played by Will.i.am.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Well, okay, no, Vanisher was fine. He didn't do much.
I'm talking about Will.i.am. That's the problem.
That's rude. You don't like Will.i.am?
As far as music goes, I think he's probably fine. I've only heard some Black Eyed Peas songs. It's the fact they got Will.i.am of the Black Eyed Peas to be an X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's the problem I have.
Do you see the rumor that Odessa Isaiah might be playing Rogue?
Oh, yes. I had to think of who you were talking about. Yes. I'm down for that.
She's got the hair for it.
She does have poofy hair.
She has poofy hair. It's more than Anna Paquin had.
Will she actually be able to fly and have super strength, though?
You need to watch X Evolution because they do a good job of making it. You don't need to have that. I think you don't always need to have that for the character. It is cool.
I feel like, though, given how not that she was done dirty
they have Carol Danvers.
That's true.
Just give her a big zap for a while. Put her in like a week-long coma. You're good. I'm serious.
I mean, sure. If we want to go down that route,
Yeah.
we could.
Also, if we get Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, if we get X-Men starting in Spider-Man, leading right into X-Men with his new team, would be fascinating to me.
I would be so curious.
Sure. Punisher.
He punishes things.
Yep. That sounds weird. We got the first trailer for Punisher Will Last Kill. Do you see that, Josh?
I did. It looks a lot more intriguing than I thought that it was going to. I like that it really actually is going to touch on his psyche, because that's something that I feel like that not enough people seem to realize. This man, he's a little bit messed up in the head, and I like that John Bernthal wants to explore that a lot more in this.
Will you enjoy seeing him shave his beard again on screen for like the 10th time?
He's done that a lot. He's done it a lot. I kind of wish that he would keep the beard, because like John Bernthal can grow a really good beard.
Yeah, it's not very Punisher-y, I guess. That's probably why. But then why even have it on screen? You can shave it before the show starts.
I hope that One Last Kill leads directly into Brand New Day. Like it literally is whatever the event.
Vice versa.
One of the two. I need it to happen, because he's not in Daredevil this season, which I find disappointing and a little bit weird.
Daredevil, though, we're getting Christian Ritter and Mike Coulter and Finn Jones.
We stay winning.
People who are hating on Finn Jones is not fair to him.
It's the show, guys. I think that he was fine in the role, but from the show, from what I've seen, is not great, and it's not his fault. I really, really hope, though, that they've kept them secret and that they're going to be in the final episode this season, because the premise of Fisk waging war against all vigilantes, it feels very weird that they would not be involved with that this season at all, and only Jessica Jones is the only other one to show up. I get why Spider-Man can't, because it's contractual bullshit with Sony, but the rest of them, that's a little bit weird they don't show up.
It'll be a fun thing to go for RA to PG-13 to get back and forth with the two things he's in. Because Punisher's first appearance ever was in a Spider-Man comic book.
Yeah.
So, cool. I'll give it a yeah. It was a fun teaser.
I'll give it a yay. I'm excited.
Want to get mad at AI?
Ooh, always.
Actually, want to get mad at a director for using AI?
Which one? There's been a couple.
Steven Soderbergh.
I heard about that the other day, and that makes me a little bit sad.
His upcoming documentary about John Lennon and Yoko Ono will roughly use 10 minutes worth of generative AI, which, if it's like a 90-minute movie, that's a lot of your fucking time.
Why,
he
bro?
said AI has been helpful. His AI has been helpful in creating thematically surreal images that occupy a dream space rather than a literal space. And that's been really fun because you need a PhD in literature to tell it what to do. But like every other piece of technology, it desperately requires very close human supervision. That's just not true.
I hate.
Also, you have visual effects.
I really hate when directors, especially of his caliber, talk about AI like this, because they very clearly are either paid off or truly do not understand.
He doubled down.
Oh, God damn it, man.
I have another quote.
Why?
Responding to the backlash of his next movie, including generative AI, he said, if 5 years from now, we may all be going, that was a fun phase. We may end up not using it as much as we thought we were going to. There are some people that I have absolutely love and respect that refuse to engage with it. That's their privilege, but I'm not built that way. You show me a new tool, I want to get my hands on it and see what it's going to do.
I understand the idea of, new technology, let's explore that. But the problem is this has been explored for years now, and we know the ramifications of it. We know what this does, not just to other artists, but the world as a whole.
To your brain.
There is no reason to do this when you have visual effects teams that can do this. And it's even more insane for him to do this because he's been a director that is very much about like doing things as tactile realistically as possible with real elements to it. And it just feels very strange for him to go down this route unless he was paid by an AI company, which I wouldn't be shocked by. Soderbergh is a fucking fantastic director. He has lost some respect for me for this. And I really hope that he never touches it again after this. And people, whatever this documentary is, do not watch it. Do not go see it because of this. We need to take hard stances on this shit so that way they stop using it. Sora's dead now. We gotta kill the rest of them. Don't take that out of context, internet. Don't clip that.
Sora from Kingdom Hearts is dead?
Yes.
Josh killed him?
I killed him with his goddamn stupid Keyblade. What fucking giant lock does that shit open?
It probably is explaining the games, Josh.
I've watched videos talking about the story of those games. It's nonsense. It is the most nonsensical things ever.
The Boys final season is out and starting and going in full force. Same with Euphoria final season. One of these things is not like the other.
I I've been keeping up with TV a lot lately, which is surprising for me. Boys, off to a fantastic start. Really enjoying it. Very excited to see. They've been taking some very big, bold swings, and that makes me very happy. But it's very good. I'm very happy about it. Euphoria, I cannot say the same, though.
I cannot say the same.
It is very well shot.
It's Levinson, right?
Yeah, Sam Levinson. I'm pretty sure, like season 2, he's the only writer and director on it. Directing the whole thing is one thing. Writing the whole thing is a whole other thing. It very much shows he does not have women writing it with him. Rue is the only.
I see the clips.
Rue is the only complex female character on the show now, which is sad because Hunter Schafer's character was really interesting in season 1. And the 2 specials they did during COVID, one for Zendaya, one for Hunter Schafer. Hunter's is fucking fantastic. It's the best thing ever from the show. And just to see it just go downhill so fast is so sad. All these actors are above this material now. And after watching episode 1, I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I have seen the clip of, I don't know who the character's name, dressed as a dog, I think it's City of Sweeney or something.
I hated it so much. It wouldn't stop.
And it's like, come, please. It's like, what the fuck is happening? It's like, you're a fucking prostitute. What? No, I'm not. Yeah, come. And it's like, okay, what's going on here? And then I've seen, what else was I've seen all things like posting like on like Twitter and Threads and things that people just are sharing like, this is bad. I'm like, okay, what is this clip from? Like, oh, that is bad.
The thing though is that I wish that he actually had some women writing with him, because I think there were women that wrote it on season 1, because I do think that a lot of the topics and ideas that are presented could actually be interesting. But the problem is that it is so surface level shallow that it's not saying anything. You want to know the reason why Sydney Sweeney's character decides to do OnlyFans?
Is it because she's just hot? I don't know.
It's because she wants a $50,000 floral arrangement for her wedding. That's the reason. That is the reason that she decides, I need to do OnlyFans because my husband is not going to give me the money for this insane thing. I'm like, come on. And like the fact that we're also, Apple is making a
show. Go to Trader Joe's. Get flowers there.
The funniest thing, though, is that Apple's about to release a new show, Margot's Got Money Problems, with Elle Fanning. That movie is about a college student that turns to OnlyFans to make money to support her and her daughter. And it's actually exploring why women especially turn to doing OnlyFans for money and stuff. And it seems very interesting. This has none of that. Euphoria has none of that. And I'm just like, what are we doing here, man? Sam Levinson, you need to talk to somebody. You need help, my dude.
If you want to pursue sex work for your own bodily autonomy and freedom, because it's your own choice, that's your own prerogative. I don't judge you. I don't care. But if you, as a man, write a scenario where it's like, I need bigger flowers, also my body, that seems like, whoa, that's wrong.
It's so stupid. It's so bad.
Dude, who wrote the best line in the whole show? I have not seen much of the show. There's a part, I think it's season 1, where I think his name is Frank. Is that his name? And he goes like, put your penis away. No, I am who I am.
That's season 2. That's Sam Levinson, sadly.
That moment is funny.
It's so funny.
Also, I know Angus Cloud, who has passed away, is written to be just in jail for 30 years. Is that in line for the character?
Yes. And at the end of season 2, spoilers for people that care, his house gets raided because he's a drug dealer. His brother gets killed.
Not again.
His brother gets killed and he gets presumably arrested at the end of the show. And so, given the scope of how much drug dealing he had been doing, I'm not surprised his character is in jail. 30 years is a little long, but granted, I don't know the law. I don't know how long one would be in jail for that.
They do it, so there's no chance that he'll ever come back in the show, is why they did it, probably.
I mean, yeah, but like I've seen other things that have either written characters out because the actor died. I think Gen V did that very well, or there's other instances of very similar things. This just kind of feels a little lazy of how they went about it, but again, it's a way.
Is The Boys fun to watch right now? I know things have gone crazy again or whatever, and people are dying. You're like, okay, that's the show.
I mean, it's as dark as the show has ever been, but it still has its fun moments. It still knows how to levy up the darkness of the whole thing.
Is Butcher fun to watch?
Oh, yeah. Butcher is always fun.
I am worried about the ending of The Boys because I think it's be hard to stick to the landing because the show itself, I feel like, is always just trying to be edgier and always. Like I talked about before with you all in this podcast, but I don't think that the 3rd season ending landed for me. I think it's always like, okay, we're back to where it feels. No progress has been made, is how it felt to me. I know things change, like with Butcher getting sick, whatever it was. I just like, okay, let's see how this goes. It's kind of just how I felt. And the whole idea of the enemy being like capitalism and evil at its core, it's hard to win. And if you win, it wouldn't really feel satisfying to me in the first place, unless everyone's just dead. Everyone's like, okay, sure. So we'll get there, but I'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll bring Justin back to finish that episode again. But I need to finish the Gen V stuff and the boys and all that. And I need to talk about all that soon. Maybe next episode will be about some Gen V and boys stuff. I'm not sure. Probably not, because a lot of movies are coming out. I need to watch Yumi and Tuscany. That looks adorable.
It's cute.
I love that. I want to also support that because I want to see more Black-led rom-coms, and that I feel like Hollywood, if it doesn't do well, will get the wrong message from that, or not Hollywood, but just upper management, producer people.
Hollywood, put Halle Bailey in more things,
and Halle Berry together, one movie. Let's talk about some Mario movie, Josh. Super Mario Galaxy, which I think is the second best of the 3 Mario movies.
No.
Yes, it's not worse than the first one.
Yes.
Watching this back to back, it's not worse than the first one.
It's more soulless. They had the.
I'm gonna fight you. Okay. No, you're wrong.
They had the opportunity to fix the problems of the first one and actually make something with substance. The only theme of the movie is people don't change. That's the only theme in the movie, and it wasn't intentional.
No, it's not the theme of the movie.
Yes, it is, because Luigi makes mention of it in the beginning as a joke, and then Bowser, he has his little arc of like, oh, maybe I changed at the end. He's like, nah, I don't change. I'm going to try to kill Mario with my son. Like, cool. Love the message of people don't change.
Would you have enjoyed Bowser to stay good?
I would have liked a consistency to its theming or something of substance.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I guess we're already spoiling the movie first.
Oh no, we're spoiling the Mario Galaxy movie. Woe is me.
Normally on this show, we do non-spoilers first, then spoilers. But I guess, guys, for the Mario section alone, spoilers ahead. You might be at odds sometimes this movie. Be clear, I didn't like it, but I liked it more than Josh, and it feels hated enough. Well, and if you want to skip ahead to the drama, which might be a more polite discussion,
it's going to be more polite.
Go to that one, because that's a more serious movie. This is more goofy, so we can be more goofy about it. Skip ahead to our timestamps down below. But okay, so also when I say this is the second best of the 3 Mario movies, number 1 for me is not the first Mario movie, to be clear. Or it is the first
the 90s
one.
Or the
93 one.
That
93 one is the best of the 3.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because that actually has some amount of creativity to it. It's insane, but it has some creativity.
There's character to that. We did a whole episode. Go watch the old episode about that one. But here we go. Because this one, to me, Bowser, I think his message is not about people don't change. It's about family.
No, it's about people don't change.
You don't think that him connecting his love of his son and what their dreams were together as in the youth was more important than his love for changing to be better with Mario and Luigi?
If his love for his son is tied to murder, it's a little bit weird, my dude. A little bit weird.
That's not being debated. I know it's weird. Obviously it's weird. It's Bowser. We got a fucking turtle dragon here.
The thing that rubs me the wrong way about how they went about it is that there's a scene when Bowser Jr. is trying to kill Mario and them, and Bowser's with him at this point, and Bowser's just like, oh no, my son might have killed my friends, and then he just kind of brushes it off, and it's just like, actually, I'm fine with killing them. There's no arc. There's no rhyme or reason as to why things happen. Things just happen.
That I agree with fully in the movie. Things do just happen. That's the problem with both movies to me.
It's a sequence of events that are stitched together by editing.
Now, have you played Mario Galaxy?
I have not beat the game. I've played some of it. This is a bad adaptation because
it's different.
I legitimately thought that they were still in the Mushroom Kingdom when the castle crashed down. Because the aesthetic of whatever planet they were on is so similar. I legit thought they...
Oh, no, it's... Okay.
I thought it was the same place. I did not realize until they met the Queen Bee that they were on a different planet. I'm like, oh, that wasn't made clear to me.
I love how when they like, okay, how do you find Rosalina? Oh no, this monkey is stealing my bag. Let's follow him to exact place we need to get to. Oh, cool. All these villains. Look at these nameless. We got Birdo here. We got the fucking...
Here's your references, kids. Clap, monkeys, clap.
Literal monkey. And then, oh, we defeated them fast because I'm badass. And then, oh, you know where Rosalina is? Yep. Cool. Who can take us there? Fox McCloud?
Whoa!
No. That actually was. I like that. That was cool to me.
It's the one time. It's the one time where they have a reference that they actually made it make sense narratively why it's there.
And also, it was spoiled.
Yeah, why the hell did they spoil that? Imagine the response if they hadn't spoiled that. It would have been insane.
It also, to me, teases a Smash Bros. Movie still.
Even though the president of Nintendo's like, we're not doing a Smash movies, guys. We just can't.
Then why is he in this?
Because I saw a podcast talk about how, like, because as far as I'm aware, Nintendo, it's not like Marvel did with all their rights. It feels
like a backdoor pilot to a Fox movie, at least.
I think it was like Illumination throws in as many references as possible. I can't remember what podcast I'm quoting from this, but they talked about it first. They were like, Illumination just throws in as many references as possible, so that way they can own those IPs, so they could potentially use them in a different thing that isn't Mario based. Because like with Zelda, they can't use Zelda because Sony has Zelda. So what's the next logical step? Star Fox. Star Fox's big space adventure.
Give me a Mary Poppins style Smash movie with a live action Link and Zelda, with an animated Mario and Luigi, Detective Pikachu style Pikachu.
I would have more respect for them if they could do that, but they're not going to because you have the rights of all the different characters, because Nintendo doesn't just solely own all of those, and then you have all the film studios as well. You had to have Illumination, Warner Brothers, Sony, God knows who else working together for the equal share.
Pokemon Game Freak?
Pokemon is Game Freak. Nintendo doesn't, as far as I'm aware, directly own them. Warner Brothers has the film rights because of the Detective Pikachu movie.
Okay. So make a Smash Bros. Movie starring Mario, Luigi, Peach, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Bowser, Fox.
That's a majority Mario characters.
Hold on, I'm not done. Then we're gonna do Kirby. It's probably possible. We're gonna do Wario. Still Mario, I know. And we're gonna add in. Let me look up some Smash Bros. Roster.
It's literally every Nintendo character, pretty much.
No, it's not. You can probably do Banjo-Kazooie, probably. Maybe.
No, Microsoft owns them.
I said maybe. We'll figure it out. Metroid, probably. Get some Samus stuff in there. I would enjoy a live-action Metro movie starring Brie Larson so much.
I'd be down for that.
And for her begging to this movie and loving this character so much, her being so okay with being sidelined is crazy.
They did her so dirty in this. Rosalia is in a Mario Galaxy movie for like 5 minutes.
She's also... like, her power being tied to Peach is so weird. Why are they sisters?
I don't care about that. I hate
it. Does kill the shipping.
I hate that at the end, there's supposed to be this big reunion between the two of them because she got sent away when she was like a baby. They haven't seen each other in years. There's no resolution to it. They just hold their hands on a piece of glass, and then that's the end of the movie. Woo.
But the castle died.
Okay, that's like one of 2 lines that made me laugh in the movie. And both moments that made me laugh came at the end of the movie. In a movie that's supposed to be a comedy. For me,
it died, and then the deer mustache made me laugh.
For me, it was the castle died, and Dad, I got your femur.
Good job, my boy. Let's look for my foot. Thank you, Jack Black. Why is Benny Safdie playing Bowser Jr.? And where are your other kids? Where are the siblings?
Don't think about it. Don't question it.
Where is Mortimer? Where is Roy?
Do you think the people that made this movie put thought into anything? No, they didn't. They're just like, what's a reference we can do to pad out the runtime? Mr. Game & Watch? Sure.
We have him. Smash Bros.
My favorite character.
Also, why is Rob in this movie?
I need to rant.
I know you had a great. I didn't understand your point before the joke.
I hope that you do now. So I want to rant about Rob inclusion in this movie, not because I think it's bad. It could have been the one reference that actually worked really well. They fucked up the joke though, because it's very clearly ripping off the sloth DMV scene from Zootopia, and it's supposed to poke fun at Rob being like a very slow and kind of useless robot. But it felt like Nintendo didn't want to go all the way and poke fun at they made something that didn't work. So he's just slow. He just turns slowly. That's as far as the joke goes. They don't show him like picking up any kind of like discs or something like that, just like breaking. They don't follow through all the way with the joke. They have a genius setup and there's no payoff to it, and it makes me sad.
Oh, I just disagree with you. I think it was fine how it was.
It almost gets there. That's the thing that kills me. It's the punchline is right there, and then they stop. That's the thing that kills me. They just stop.
You would have enjoyed him throwing a disc or something?
Anything just to show he was fucking broken. Follow through. Nintendo, stop being scared of poking fun at yourselves. It's okay.
Well, we can't use Sonic because Sonic has. Okay, I'm trying to think about these characters now.
Sonic
You
is
got Yoshi.
Paramount.
I know.
And that's the thing of the Sonic movies also. They actually have a story, characters, and actual humor to them. Say what you will about the quality of those. They actually attempt all three of those things.
I think it's funny when people are like, critics don't get it. It's just a kid's movie. Like, yeah, but they gave Sonic good reviews because it's more positive.
I fucking hate that. I hate when people say shit like that. It is the laziest way to dismiss criticism. It's like, they just don't get it. It's made for kids. I'm like, okay, yeah, it is made for kids, but I've also seen many kids movies that have so much effort put into them. Why doesn't this $110 million movie have more effort put into it?
La 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 lava, chicken.
That's another one. Minecraft is better than this because Minecraft made me laugh.
That's subjective.
It's not subjective. It actually did make me laugh. You were a witness to it, sir.
I'm saying because it made you laugh doesn't mean it's better.
I disagree because it made me laugh. So there's some life to it. I'm alive while I'm watching it, and then there wasn't.
I'm alive.
There was an attempt at characters, at arcs. Again, they weren't necessarily done the best, but there was an attempt. Here, it's not. There's no characters. They're just the images of the characters with some voices attached to it. That's all we get.
Do you like that Glenn Powell asked to play Star Fox?
You know what? Good for him. I'm happy that he was having a fun time with the character.
How about Donald Glover as Yoshi?
I will also give him credit. I fully thought they were going to make him speak at least one line of English, and they didn't. So
why didn't he rap?
No.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
Have him trip on drugs like Endora, and then have Yoshi start rapping.
Him talking one line of English is fine. Him rapping takes us back to like early 2000s kids movie territory, and I don't ever want to go back to that.
No, I mean rap would own actual songs.
Like what? This is America?
This is the Mushroom Kingdom.
That would bring up a whole lot of discussion.
Oh, for sure. Okay, but would you enjoy this version of Mario and Luigi with the movie Sonic alongside this version of Star Fox and the movie Pikachu played by Ryan Reynolds?
No,
and
because there's no character to Mario or Luigi.
Mario hates mushrooms. It's his character.
More so than this one, I kept asking, why is Chris Pratt here as Mario? They're not giving him anything funny to say or do, so why waste the money? Because I know he could do good voice acting. He did it in the Lego movie, and he surprisingly did it in the Garfield movie. But these movies, no.
Like him in Onward.
Onward as well.
I think it's because he's just like directing. Because I don't think these movies are directing voice actors to do anything with their voices besides just read the lines or just that's it, move on.
Them not doing like a voice in quotes, that doesn't necessarily bother me. I just want them to have direction of how to make things funny.
I don't think they have that. I don't think they have it in this movie.
Which confuses me more because one of the directors made Teen Titans Go to the movies, which is legitimately funny.
Might be an over their head kind of thing, like a Nintendo or a different studio saying we can't do more than this.
I truly hope this movie was not as micromanaged by Nintendo as I fear it is, because it really feels like it was micromanaged to hell by them.
It does make me a little worried about the Zelda movie, but also I have some faith in it still.
I have more faith in it because the director, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, is making it. And from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like it's being micromanaged to hell.
And they're shooting it in New Zealand, in a lot of the same locations as Lord of the Rings. So it'll feel fantasy already to us. There's
very clearly effort being put into this. So I have more faith in it. Will the final result be it? Who knows?
It is odd to me how Toad's like, ugh, a new member of the crew? Great. Why are you jealous of Yoshi?
Literally, why? What's the point? What's the joke? Why does he hate him? Where's the payoff, people?
If we saw a Toy Story moment where we saw like how Andy isn't a fan of Woody anymore for Buzz, if we saw like favoritism change, like if we saw the first one, they were best friends, Toad and Mario, it didn't really happen in the first place. So now this one, it didn't happen.
It's the same problem with the first one. They don't have setups or payoffs. They have one or the other, and it doesn't make any jokes work. It's like they failed at comedy and they never learned their lesson.
I did like the sequence a lot. The montage of them like on the map is going through different levels of the
that was cute.
Helping Mushroom Kingdom out. That's fun.
That was cute. And then most scenes of action at least had some life to them because things were moving really fast.
Yeah, the Bowser Jr. Bowser fight was really fun to watch. I like the Bowser on the bridge falling into lava. That's really a fun way. I like that a lot. It's a good little thing. And the security camera being the 8-bit of just what's going on. That's really good to me.
Yeah.
There's a good way to make things referencing the games and without actually making it as just here's a character. Like saying, why is Birdo evil?
Because we gotta have a reference, man. That's all we need is a reference. Why was Issa Rae the queen bee and had like 3 lines?
Yeah, why was Luis Guzman the frog?
There's so many things that I keep asking about, and I'm never going to give an answer to them because apparently I'm insane for saying this is not a good movie.
I don't think it's bad. Sorry, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's as bad as you think it is.
I've talked to Sean about this before. I will give the
That's
first.
me.
I give the first movie more of a pass because it's the first time. This is a sequel, though. They've had time to learn and time to grow.
It's better than the first one.
It is not.
What to you about this one is worse?
Because it is a sequel. They had time to learn and grow, and they learned.
So you think it's the same level of bad?
They doubled down on not giving a shit. That is the thing that makes me so mad at this. Not the animators. Animators did fucking fantastic with this. This is never, my criticisms of this movie are never aimed towards them. It is aimed towards the directors, writers, producers, what have you. They doubled down on the things that were not good in the first one, and we're just like, who gives a shit? People are going to go see this anyways. And to them, that was all that mattered. And it really makes me mad that on the second go around, they had the chances to do things better and they just didn't give a shit.
Now, I've seen people say online, well, I'm a real Mario fan because I love the games. And we did a good job. Oh, 1 second.
I'm a real fan. You just don't tend to just stand me.
No, but like actually, I've seen people all the time online now. I've seen a person saying, they're just like, they don't like the critics don't like the movie because they're not a fan of the games. They didn't play growing up. I'm like, yes, they did.
God.
I've loved these games growing up. I had played Mario the other day on my DSi.
I was playing Mario Galaxy after I saw the movie. Like, I like these games. And I critique this because I like this stuff and I want it to be better. That's why you critique things.
And sure, there's an argument to be made. There's not much story in the Mario games, but there's enough. You can make a story out of it, for sure.
There's enough of a framework that you can basically do whatever you want. And the things that apparently Illuminations want is the safest, blandest thing possible. That's just jingling keys.
Which that's my problem with the Minecraft reboot is it's too safe. I think they're not doing anything interesting at all.
I'm not disagreeing that Minecraft plays things too safe, but at least it was attempting to make me laugh. I never felt like that the Mario movies were actually trying to make me laugh.
The cutaway to Lava Chicken, which you missed in the bathroom for some reason.
That's really funny. I missed that.
Because it's so sudden and jarring. It's like, oh, he's singing now. Cool. It's the only song in the movie, so it's like not a musical. It's just he just sang the song. Same with the Peaches, I guess. When I thought we were going to sing Peaches again, I thought it was pretty funny. Just go get a reprise of it.
I thought we were going to get at least one song out of this, and we didn't.
Are you sad about that?
Kind of, because at least it would have been another funny joke. It's like X-Men Apocalypse. The only moment of life was just stealing the scene that worked before in Days of Future Past, which was the Quicksilver scene. They could have done that here. They chose not to, though. No, I'm right.
Apocalypse is not my favorite X-Men movie by far. It's not even top 5.
It's the worst to me. I fucking hate it. It's terrible.
Josh, keep in mind you work in film. We got to be polite to filmmakers on here.
I will not be polite to Brian fucking Singer.
We're gonna move on to this movie though that we're talking about currently, and that is this movie. To me, I just wish that made more sense.
In what aspects?
Story, plot, sequencing of events.
Are we still talking about Mario?
Motivations. Yes.
I thought we were talking about the drama.
No.
I got real confused there for a second.
I really don't understand why Mario even knows anything about Rosalina at all. He heard something in the doorway, but it wasn't enough details for anything to make sense of what happened.
Again, shit just happens because we had to move the story forward somehow.
I think I'd like it less than I'll rewatch. I don't like it much at all. I think I'd rate it lower than I already do in my head, though.
I want these movies to be good. People, do not misconstrue my words. I don't want these movies to fail. I want them to be good because, goddamn, the animation is spectacular. It's so good.
Josh likes the Knuckles show.
I do. The Knuckles show is fantastic. It's so funny.
This is the vibe we're going for him. He wants to be entertained and have silly but fun video game time.
I'm not asking for the deepest movie in the world with these. I just want effort. That's all I care about.
Okay, now we're getting into the drama, which this one might also be spoilers pretty early on.
You kind of can't talk about this without getting into spoilers.
Say, broad strokes, the idea of secrets being revealed, wedding weekend is cool.
It's
as a
a
concept
very
for a
great
film.
premise.
Regardless of what is being talked about, that is interesting to me.
Yes,
It
great
could
hook.
be still like that could even be a good, even if it's a lighthearted secret. Just you can make an awkward comedy that way. That's a good premise for different genres. You could do it. You could literally do a horror, a drama, a comedy, a thriller. You could even do a fucking sci-fi with that. That's a fun idea of just wedding weekend. Oh, news drops, and then all of a sudden things get uncomfortable. I will say before anything else in this movie, fuck all their friends.
They were not the most supportive or helpful.
That's you, Rachel, specifically. Alana Haim, I guess good job performing in this, because I hated you.
Great job. Happy to see you acting
Great
again.
job. Josh, anything else you can say before spoilers happen?
I guess, yeah, just in general, broad strokes, I was very surprised by this in a numerous amount of ways, but in a very good kind of way.
I had been spoiled partly about the twist was relating to beforehand.
To me, I think this is vastly more interesting than the director's previous film, Dream Scenario. Dream Scenario was good and was interesting, but I feel like it didn't fall apart, but I wish that it explored more of its ideas a bit better. Here, though, I feel like that the way that he explores the premise of The Secret is very interesting and always kept me engaged through and through. I loved the way that everything was done. Zendaya, fucking fantastic as always, same as Pattinson. Whole cast is great. Darkly comedic, but in the right kind of way for, I would say, pretty much most of it. I really enjoyed it.
I like the playing like in Dream Scenario with reality. There's a lot of like Family Guy-esque cutaways to things that work really well, and it's because it's just the most absurd scenario. Because we all imagine our worst case scenario for worst case scenarios for, if I ask that girl out, how bad can it go? We picture things going badly.
I made a movie about that.
Or if, hey, what are they up to right now? Are they mad at me? And then go, okay, what's going on really? And that's a fun. There's a moment in this like, can we beat them up for you? That's a really funny joke that works really well because like these cutaways are funny. I have seen people though online think those moments were real, and like take it fully at face value. And I think that if you go in this movie knowing ahead of time there are cutaways, not everything is real, it might help your experience.
I mean, I think for me, the first time that it was done, at first I was just like, wait, is this happening? But then like it got a little bit too absurd.
Was
like
it that exact scenario, the joke about talking about?
Yeah, like I think once
Yeah.
that kicked in, I was like, okay, this is just she's imagining this of the worst case scenario. Okay, got it.
And that works really well. There is a moment though where they are at a wedding in general. I'm not gonna say who or what's happening, or even if they're wedding or anything. There is a speech being given that makes me laugh and move in my seat so much. Great job, Paddington.
I think I know.
Great job, everyone.
Oh, is it his or is it another person's? Because there's two speeches that are given.
Both. What Paddington's speech makes me so uncomfortable.
Both those speeches that you're talking about are yeah, I felt the exact same. They were great.
This is the movie I think that for sure this year, but maybe the past year or so, where I have moved in my seat more than most movies I've seen, and I need to get away from here while watching this.
To me, no, it's just because if let me explain. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. The movie Rose Byrne was just nominated for an Oscar for. Uncomfortable, purposefully, really uncomfortable.
More than this?
Oh, so much, so much.
Okay.
Like I don't think I can watch that movie again for another like 5 years. Like that's how good it was at making me uncomfortable.
Because like if I watch cringe comedy like in The Office, it feels fake enough to me. Some of these scenarios felt like they could be real enough. And a lot is due to like things like lighting and sound mixing and the way things are portrayed. In The Office, it gets a lot. They transition the show from being much more brighter and much more like lively feeling. This feels dim and quiet, and just we're sitting in the moments a lot. And sometimes it's really funny. There's a moment with a flashback where someone I'm gonna say is re-recording something. Cracked me up.
Great use of dark comedy. Like it is a very dark situation, but it's comical, like what happens in it, that you can't help but laugh despite the darkness of it.
And that's, I think, where this movie shines.
Yeah.
Is in those small moments.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great moment. Oh god, Zendaya in this movie is maybe one of her best performances to me.
It's definitely up there as one of her best to me.
Paddington is okay being wild and calm in a moment's note. Again, just a flip of a dime. It's always in every movie he's in. he's okay doing his range. Jesus Christ.
In his descent in this from being calm to like closer and closer to having a panic attack like every 2 seconds, hilarious. Loved it.
And then back to calm again when he needs to be. He's a good actor.
He's so good. He's so funny. Him and Zendaya have great chemistry together. I actually really liked in the beginning when and this is the very first scene. This isn't spoiling anything.
Still not spoilery, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's when they're basically it's a movie establishing their love life essentially because we had to pack a lot of information in a very short amount of time. I think the way they went about it was very good at doing that. I really enjoyed that.
And it sets up some ideas of him and what he's okay with and okay with doing very quick. And it also sets up things about her and her disability quickly. It's some great moments in there. People also pointed out this movie, the casting of Zendaya in this movie. And if you go to a movie, viewing her as more white versus more black, as a mixed race individual, how it impacts the flow of the story from a narrative point of view. Because this movie is playing on things that people who are black have touched on, that this movie maybe should have cast someone who is just completely just a black actress. Because that's what movie, like the culture around this is touching on some more. But I have, again, we are white. I'm bringing up points that I have read about from people and talk about in person with people who are not white have said. Because I think this movie is like I said about the way race depicts the viewing of other characters relating to what she's talking about in this movie. Because people are racist. Just saying that, like in even the narrative is in small ways, there are microaggressions in this movie we see. There's a moment with a conversation where someone's talking to their husband and it's like says a microaggression like, oh, what? About guns and stuff and violence. And there's like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That there's one line like, oh, and it's like, no, I wasn't. I'm like, oh, hey, hold on.
That whole scene is a masterclass of uncomfortable cringe comedy. It's so good. It's so funny.
And that's why I think that this movie does play with race in fascinating ways. And casting of Zendaya was very deliberate, being a mixed race individual. So I think it's just a fascinating thing to start in this movie. We should spoil this movie in a minute because it's like be hard to not touch on things.
I think we said enough about it in broad strokes so we can now start to get into spoilers because when it came to like leading up to the movie, I didn't know anything about it aside from what the trailers had shown. So I was just trying to imagine like what could be like this really dark secret that would get people to react this way. Wasn't at all what was on my radar for what it ended up being.
And it wasn't that bad. Like compared to the other friends?
It wasn't that bad, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a common thing that many have talked about or plan or do or whatever.
That re-recording bit is so funny. Recording your manifesto, your suicide video, everything. And it is failing repeatedly.
And then the computer balloon screens death itself. Oh, that was so funny.
Oh, God. So I got spoiled because I saw Columbine, the school, had made a statement about this. Which I think is fair to do. I understand if you use movie talking about she planned a mass shooting, didn't commit to it.
Yeah, that's the dark secret her character has is that when she was younger, she was planning on it, but didn't follow through on it.
And it's an interesting thing about the perception of committing an act versus planning in it. And if you commit an act, but it's not as bad as what someone's planned act would have been, is it viewed differently? And that's interesting to me because Alana Haim's character committed a actually bad act.
She did something that's really fucked
what
up.
What would legally be considered?
It probably would be a hate crime,
and also a attempted murder that actually a failed attempted murder, but not pre-planned. So like, hold on, she locked a guy a single kid in a closet.
In an RV,
locked it behind
in
him,
an RV in the middle of the woods.
In the woods. And then never told anyone. And I actually think he died.
And yeah, because she says that she doesn't know what happened to him, which I think is a lie. I think she did know and she doesn't want to say.
And then no one came back to her about it.
Yeah, that's also the thing where I'm like, I think that something worse happened that you aren't saying.
And even if you don't know what happened, I think it would have come back to you fully if he was alive.
Yeah.
And people say that the mauling, the woman being mauled by a dog, I think mauling is probably a stretch of what happened. Just got some fights or something.
Yeah.
I think that is probably in my eyes, the least bad thing. If what we're saying is all those four things are true. Because Charlie's reaction was, is it true? Is it true? Like he kept not believing it because I think he lied. I don't think Charlie did anything that bad because we've seen he's prone to lying. in the beginning, the first thing we see him do is lie.
Yeah.
And then he triples down. He doubles down in that scene and then triples down later on in their first date. So I think he is comfortable doing like what his eyes are white lies. So I think he's just trying to play a game at the dinner and just say, I don't know, I bullied a kid or something. He didn't move towns. The kid was like playing it up. I think that's what happened personally. And then her thing, I would not. I think that she should have told him like a year in or 6 months in.
Well, I think that this is the first time she has ever vocalized this to anyone. I don't think she had ever talked about it to anyone. That's why not only like it just kind of came out of her, but why she basically vomited for like 7 minutes afterwards because they were keeping count of it, because she's never revealed this to anyone and because it was eating away inside of her, even if she had suppressed a lot of those emotions.
No one reacting with giving her a hug is insane.
I understand like the general shock of it at first, but this is also supposed to be, you've all known each other for years.
For years.
At least a little
you
pat
are
on the
maid
back.
of honor?
Yeah, that too.
And then what you do is you hide behind your husband and your cousin's potential trauma and not your own as this like non-disabled white woman.
Roping in her cousin was the wildest thing.
My cousin was shocked, like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
She was trying to bring her cousin to the wedding also to make things worse, which is insane. But from a darkly comedic perspective, it's hilarious.
It's like, my cousin was paralyzed from gun violence. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I actually didn't do gun violence. And then also my husband, he's been around guns his whole life and is traumatic. Like, no. That was, to me.
That cracked me up.
Was microaggression. That was just a racial thing.
It was, but his reaction of just like, what are you talking about? was hilarious to me.
And no one said to her, and I wish I had said to her, why do you think that? I wish he confronted her more about that.
Yeah.
She's a bad person. I think he's also a bad person, but he's bad by like relationship wise, like by association to them.
It's more so like he doesn't do enough to stand up for Zendaya in the movie, especially at the wedding.
Or for anyone. At any point. He does try and help her out a little bit at the dinner, and I say, okay, guys, let's just move on. It's okay. Like, let's try and, because I'm sure that this movie, God, the idea of like, it was an aesthetic, like a Tumblr vibe to it, is a real thing. It's so real.
I saw this like 2 weeks ago when it came out. I still think about it. Like the question,
I thought about it every day.
Like the question of like, how would you react if someone that you know and love revealed this information to you? It's something I can't stop thinking about because for those that don't know, I have anxiety and I'm medicated for my anxiety. And like Robert Pattinson's character, it's not intentional. I will just start thinking about shit and start going down a deep rabbit hole of just like thinking of the worst case scenario, even if.
But you wouldn't try and fuck your coworker over it.
No, not at all. I'm not. He went down a darker rabbit hole. But like in the scenes of like where he's not at all trying to think about it and he just starts thinking about it, that's how it is for someone like me living with anxiety. And it's one of those things of like, even if I know for a fact she is a good person and she didn't do these things and she regrets having these, my brain would probably just start thinking about it unwillingly. Like it's a very tough thing. And I think the way they explored it was very interesting.
And his coworker who he tried to fuck, like, well, I would have called the cops. I'm like, why? I was like, I actually think I gasped. Like, what the fuck is wrong with everyone in this movie?
It's also funny because he was like, if you found out that your boyfriend that you are currently dating tried to plan a mass shooting when they were a child, would you call the cops on them? She's like, yes. I'm like, on what basis of evidence? First of all,
right? What are they gonna do? Is say they had a thought? What's wrong?
Is it like this? Is it like the SpongeBob meme of like where they take him down to jail cell, close the door for 2 seconds, and then open it up and say "get out"? Is that what they think would happen?
All right, you're done. I don't understand anyone's reaction to this movie. I get, like you said before, about getting shocked. If maybe I'm weird. I would try and have like severe empathy. I'm like, oh, I'm so perfect. I mean, I'm not trying to praise myself. I'm saying that my reaction is like, I would want to give them a hug. That's all I thought about like, the entire time. I was like, I want to give them a hug and say, I'm so sorry you went through this. If you want to talk about it, I'm here to help if you need anything. That's my thought.
No, I understand that. I think just because I just live with anxiety in general, like I think that I would be falling more in line with Pattinson's character of just trying to understand, essentially, of like
fine.
Of like wanting to learn more about it.
Yeah, that first day of them just talking for hours, I think should have been enough.
Yeah, but then it just keeps escalating, and it's really funny.
Also, I wish she brought up because here's the biggest thing. She became an activist against gun violence authentically to help people and like went out and did protests around. And when he's like, you don't, when he asked, do you feel like a fraud doing that? She said, no, I felt like I was finally free and like a new me.
I think she was genuine about that because there's a flashback scene when this is like a while afterwards. And the reason that she says that she didn't follow through on it was that someone, quote unquote, beat her to it and like did a different mass shooting somewhere else.
I'm sorry. Beat her to it is crazy, but accurate. And that's, oh God.
But from that, like, I think like one of their classmates was one of the kids that got killed. And so school does a whole lot to like, help the kids like learn to grieve through it. And there was like some exercise they did of just like walking around and then just like looking at the other person, like not reacting, just looking at them.
Yeah, she sobbed.
She broke down because she kind of realized like, oh, wait a second. These are people. What the fuck was I doing?
Yeah. This movie can be actually helpful to people. I think if this movie is shown to people who are actually, that's going to might sound weird, like to teenagers, this could be helpful.
Yeah, because Pattinson brings up a very interesting point of just like how many people out there in the world have planned and thought about doing something like this, but just didn't ever follow through on it for one reason or another. Who knows how many? And that's something I really have never thought about before.
And I don't care that why she didn't do it. The fact that she didn't in general is enough.
Yeah, that to me shows that like she had enough restraint to not follow through on something this bad. She even tossed the gun in a pond in like the middle of the bayou. Like it's gone. She was not going to follow through on it.
And then, yes, it's not only just not following through, it's changing your entire ways to fight against the bad things that took you down a dark path. That's so good of a person. That's me. That's better. Fighting against a bad thing is better than not fighting at all. You're better than all of your friends and your partner as a person. I'm just saying that.
I think her dad in her wedding speech even said something about how like he had to like bail her out of jail or something like that because she got arrested at a protest for gun violence.
And I think Alana Haim's character, Rachel, laughing at that, so fucked up. It's like, I feel like her hearing that information should have turned you around more like, oh shit, did this actually, that's crazy.
Well, I think from her perspective, she just thinks that it's all a front, that she was never genuine about any of it.
And don't go to the wedding. Also, Alana Haim's character would be like, you fired me from my job. No, you ghosted your job.
Yeah, her one coworker was just like, I can't get in touch with her.
We have to move on this project. Should I get someone else? Yeah, get someone else, I guess. If you have to, you have to. It's just so funny. I think it's a weird movie because it's a weird movie because I think it's incredible. And it's weird in structure. The flashbacks mixed with the cutaways are not what you'd expect from a movie that takes things so seriously.
Yeah.
While also showing everyone's points of views as trying to be valid at least. Either they're not all necessarily entirely valid points of view, I'd say. They're all like giving everyone their own time and to understand why, at least as an audience, to understand why they're thinking that way. I think Rachel is the most inauthentic person in this movie. She is the least genuine. The hiding behind your husband, hiding behind your disabled cousin, and I think that if Emma's character, Emma, the main character, Zendaya's character, was fully white, the reaction would have been different.
Yep.
Which is, I think, a point that the movie was trying to get across.
Yep.
And I think that's what I was saying before. I think this movie, if you view this movie through different lens of race and how people who of my complexion have tended to view different races and different stereotypes, which we even see Rachel do with her husband in the first like wine scene, the wine tasting scene, the food tasting scene.
Yep.
We see how that affects people. I love Charlie in this movie. I love the last scene in the movie is incredible.
Like the final scene?
Yes.
Love it.
In the diner.
Great scene.
They talk about in the movie how they want to go. I think they should go to the diner after the wedding, like how celebrities go to In-N-Out and stuff after winning an Oscar. And actually, I want to go to Taco Bell for a wedding because that's when Nicole and I first met. Was Taco Bell. Not kidding. They talk about early in the movie. They should go to the diner after the wedding. Whatever. The wedding they have goes horribly wrong. There's fighting. There's yelling. There's things accused places. There's whatever. Charlie gets beat up by the boyfriend of the guy
of her coworker,
who she also. Which is also interesting. The act didn't fully happen.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing of this movie is intention versus act. He did kiss her.
Yeah.
But the rest of it didn't happen.
Yeah, like he stopped himself before it went further.
I also think he could have done it based on what was happening. He was like not.
No, the man was in a full-on breakdown in panic attack mode. He was and then she hugged him.
And while that she still came to the wedding though.
That was wild. That was wild.
And brought the boyfriend.
That was even more wild. I love the absurdity of some of this stuff of just like, in reality, no one would like go this far with it, but I love the way this movie goes with it. It's great.
I was saying before, the last thing is at the diner. They talk about how occasionally, let's just try and start over. He's like, I can't start over. but then she does it at the end, and it works so well. And then they do improv for a bit. It's fun.
And I think a lot of his anxiety over this whole thing really comes down to the wedding is in like 3 days. And like you learn this bombshell information, and his brain's just like, the fuck am I supposed to do with all of this? And I think now that they're finally married, he can finally like just relax a little bit.
I would love to. That'd be a fun wedding to be a +1 at. No one.
I love the DJ
as
that
a
came
spectator?
in at the end of the wedding. He was great.
The backfire sound of the equipment, like a gunshot going off right at. Oh my god!
What was it? What was it? The dad said. Her dad said about like shooting people. But in no, it was the photographer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I'll shoot
we'll
you. I'll shoot your
mom,
parents. I'll shoot your grandma.
Okay, so grandparents shooting TBD.
That was great.
Yeah, love it. Genuinely one of the funniest movies of the year, and one of the most uncomfortable movies of the year for me. This to me will probably be like the one battle after another of the year for me. Like that. Wait, good time. I don't know how much more to say. What's the guy who's in Kinds of Kindness in this? The husband of Alana Haim.
He played Wade in Elemental.
His name is Mike in this. He's really
Mamadou Ati.
His character in this. The cutaway of "Can we beat it up for you?" It's so funny. It cracked me up.
That was great.
And his whole thing of just like always just being there for everyone around him. He has to be like the calm presence for all three of them all the time. Is really interesting.
I think he's the one person who's taking this information and is reacting more normally, but he's not doing enough to show like that it was okay, I guess. But he's not being an asshole about it.
Because he didn't want to invalidate his wife and her reaction. Well, also, you were taking her side. I think he was trying to avoid that whole scenario of.
I think he was playing like the middleman too much.
Yeah, but that's the point. That's the point of the character. It's cool.
Yeah,
complex and interesting. Josh, any more thoughts on the drama? It is definitely a drama.
There is drama to be had. Yeah, I think the marketing was genius behind this, but I also understand people that are school shooting survivors being like, maybe you should have warned people beforehand about it. I fully understand. I get where they're coming from with that. They're not wrong.
I have a film with complex material also that you are aware of.
I worked on it.
I cannot tell you in the trailer or something what it's about, or it spoils the movie.
It's one of those things of like the mystery behind it, I think is important to consuming it, because I do think if you know all the information, it already puts in preconceived notions of things in your head, and I think going in blind like the characters, I think makes it work a lot better. But yeah, I'm glad that they stuck to the marketing for this, because I really do think the mystery of it all was very important to how I consume this.
Like, I have had numerous friends commit suicide. If suicide is in a movie, I'm not going to be mad at the depiction necessarily, unless it's a really poor depiction. Then I might critique the movie. But if it's a warning, if it's like a serious thing, if I need a warning for it, I look it up, and if I don't, that's on me. That's how I feel about stuff like this in general.
I think maybe it's more like a PTSD kind of thing, more so than anything else. I think that's more so where like warnings like that would come into play.
I maybe have it in the theater, but not on the movie. I don't know. I don't know how I'd approach it. It's like I considered putting trigger warnings in my short for what I talked about as well, but I didn't, because I didn't thought it might actually impact the movie in a negative way having that. So I don't know.
Well, I think compared to what yours was talking about, I think that not putting in a trigger warning makes sense for the nature of the narrative itself. But like in this one, I think it's
only a monologue.
I think in this one, it's because we have those flashbacks to her of when she was planning on doing it is probably why.
And they're so funny.
They are funny though. This movie is a dark comedy. Like it's meant to like be uncomfortable, but also make you laugh. And you're not wrong for laughing at darkly comedic things.
No, I think it treats them with respect.
Yeah.
Josh, that's our show. You can find me online at sean.mov, everywhere online, SEANDOTMOV. You can email our show at podgeekspeak@gmail.com, or tweet us with #GeekSpeakPod, or on Blue Sky, or there's Discord down below. You can join for real-time discussions about the show. We do a Patreon. We've not put content on there yet, but we will on there soon. Josh, where can people find you online?
I'm at Instagram at J_Rudy16 and YouTube and Letterboxd at Josh Rudolph.
Cool. Josh, thank you for being here. It's been fun. More videos to come, and soon potentially an in-person podcast, maybe in a studio for one episode. See how that goes. All right. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.